because of my passion for online entrepreneurship and in believing the impact we can make if we can all discover our purpose and do what we love, the Passion and Purpose podcast was born. I hope to share more inspiring adventures with you, along with the people who have been there and done that. Welcome to the Passion and Purpose podcast once again, everyone, and thank you for being here. Today, we're going to give you another inspiring adventure with a friend of mine from Brazil. We will be talking about how to turn your hobby into a profitable business. All right, his name is Giordano Bruno de la Rosa Vieira. Very Brazilian name and Italian, by the way. Let me introduce a little bit something about himself that he, told me. He said that he was born in 78. I think we're kind of in the same age here. And he grew up loving challenges, puzzles, technology, and watching every major revolution. Yes, this is what's exciting about our generation. From typewriters, paid phones, and VCRs. Now I'll add smartphones too. He is self-taught in electronics and programming, always engaging in local communities like GDG. This is the Google Developers Group in Brazil in order to spread knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Giordano. Giordano, hi.
Hey, Rushfeld. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Can you please tell us more about what you do and some things that I missed, during the introduction?
Okay. Well, today I own an online store focused on electronic components, circuit boards, sensors, everything focused mostly in the maker community. So like microcontroller boards, what people usually call the Arduino platform, ESPs, all these kinds of things. And, I had to do it because I had a hard time finding these components, these parts for myself, for my own project. And we only have 2 stores in town. And none of them wants to sell these things. I mean, they have some basic components, but they never saw potential in that. And I decided to, since I need some things, I'm going to buy and there's more to that story, but I won't get ahead of myself. Oh, and by the way, you were saying about our generation. I had the great pleasure the other day to assume that I am a millennial. Because yes. There was this theory, if you were born in the 70s, so you're Generation X.
Yeah.
If you're in the 80s, then you're millennial. And I was like, okay, I was born in 78. But 78 in Brazil was like 84 in the rest of the world. We were so behind on so many things. And I mean, I saw everything. I saw the first video game in my city. I had a black and white TV. I learned to type in typewriters. I had to learn in no Remington. It was a typewriter from 1920s, 1910, something like that. So you can imagine when you type in one of those machines and then you move to a computer.
I remember that. It hurts.
It hurts.
Especially at the pinky.
My God.
And when you stuck your finger in between the keys.
Oh, I did it a lot. I had one typewriter. I still have actually this typewriter. But when I was studying, it was this bigger, older machines. And it was only once a week. It was like every Monday, 2:00, because I had to take the rest of the week to, rest my fingers. I couldn't do it more than once a week. And, like you said, we saw all the things changing, right? From paid phones to answering machines. And
fax
it's amazing. Fax machine.
They don't know what fax machine is right now.
Well, I saw the other day, I don't know, I believe it was true, but there was this kid that found a floppy disk on his father's table or a desk, something. And the kid, when he saw that, he grabbed the floppy and he was around, hey, look, Daddy just 3D printed the save button.
Yes, they don't know what that is.
No, it's not the save button, it's a floppy disk. It's a floppy. You weren't there to know what it is.
Yes, yes, that's right. And that's what I love about our generation. In fact, 77, 78 kind of crosses over between the Gen X and the millennials. And so sometimes we are at the Gen X, and sometimes you can see us at the millennials.
Yeah. I even read once someone saying that we were in a special division, people from
Yes.
77 until around 83. We were called Xennials because we
Wow.
were born in the X generation, but we behaved like millennials. We were able to follow all the changes, all these revolutions that happen in technology.
Yes, that's
And I was like, okay, can you guys just decide? I already have a lot of problems with labels. What am I? Am I X millennial, X annual? Help me. Come on. And I was doing a test the other day, and there was these two options. Are you Generation X, born until the 70s, or millennial, 78 until 2000? It was, oh, finally, someone gave me the answer.
see, and in some forms you will find yourself in the X. I
Yeah.
can yeah, I can experience that as well. Now, Jordan, I wanted to ask, what hobby was that that you turned into a profitable business? Because based on our discussion yesterday, you said that you were just creating events in the past. Can you please tell us about that event and how that was turned into a business?
Yeah, sure. When I was a kid, it wasn't exactly a bad childhood. Childhood is childhood, but we had some difficulties, and my father had this pile of books because he was doing a long distance course. Okay, for you kids that don't know it, yeah, this was way pre internet. People would send a book through the mail,
And
and you had to read
dictionaries,
it.
dictionaries that are big.
Yeah, huge. Those things were huge. Oh my god! And my father did this course about electronics, and there was a giant pile. I think I still have these books, and I always wanted to read comic books, but we didn't have much money. Everything was expensive. I remember once I went to buy a candy with $1 that was worth 1,000. And I always kept thinking, man, if one small candy, the smallest thing you can buy is worth 1,000 of our money, I mean, what can I buy with one? But there is no one. 1,000 is the minimum. I could never understand these things. But anyway, I couldn't get comic books, so I'll just grab these books and just skipping the pages, looking for pictures, something I could read around. And I started developing this taste for electronics. And I always spent my time like trying to build things. I like to fix and build things, but I never saw any potential in this. Then it was 2014, I had quit the job I was in. I kind of took the year as what is the word? Like a sabbatic year. I'll just take my time, figure out some things in my life, see what will be my next move. And by 2015, I was engaged in a lot of groups. I think all of the groups we had in the city, like you mentioned, the GDG, the Google Developers Group. Then I found the Google Business Group, the Café Digital, which was a group just to talk about digital marketing. And there were more. I know that at some point I was going to 6 different communities, 6 different groups, and I was helping organize 4 of those. And I
Wow.
was, yeah, it was crazy. And by the end of 2015, there was this guy. He was a teacher at a local school here, and he was talking about Arduino. And we were all excited. I had read something about Arduino. I always seen someone mentioning it, but never paid much attention. And one of the people there was a friend of mine, he was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm finishing my project for the college degree, and I'm using a lot of Arduino. I'm reading a lot, and there is this event that they do once a year. Why don't we do that?" And I was like, "Okay, well, for me." And everybody was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, maybe. Oh yeah." And I was like, with fire in my eyes, "Let's do this. I want to
Yeah,
do
I
it.
can feel that.
Come on." And it would be around, I don't know, March. I think the date was set to March of 2016. So, I bought myself some boards. I locked myself at home during Carnival, which would be by the beginning, I think it was February, by the end or beginning of February. I don't remember. Anyway, I locked myself at home in a week. I started Friday afternoon. I was like, yeah, I got all the boards. I got everything I need. Internet is working. Good. Let's do it. By Monday, I think Monday, I already had to build a bunch of things. I got a display, and I did some advertise for the event. And it would say Arduino Day, save the date, come join us. And I think I still have this video, and I posted it. And people were like, "Oh, is this what you're talking about? Is this what they call Arduino?" And people just went crazy, And the event itself became a hobby to me, not just because of Arduino, but the whole thing, gathering people, looking for
It
projects, for
feels
people
fun.
who can, show good
Yeah.
projects. And it was interesting because I was always focused just on the event. I want to make this happen. I want to bring people together, let them learn something new, exchange knowledge.
And you did not earn from that event, did you?
No, no, no. It's
Yeah.
totally free.
Yeah.
It was something that we would try to, we had to buy some things like
You
water
spent.
for the computers.
Yeah.
No, at some point I think I did,
Yeah.
but I didn't care much. But
Yeah.
there was some companies sponsoring, like just little money, small money, just for buying small stuff, printing like posters and everything. But it was small. It wasn't for profit. The idea
I
wasn't
know.
profit, so we never focused much on that. But it's interesting because the idea of the business, or at least maybe not my idea, but the idea that some business had to be in there, it started in the first event, in the first year, because right at the first one, 2016, people were asking me if there would be someone selling there where they could buy some of those boards, if there would be a kiosk or something where they could buy. And at the moment, I was just like, no, there is nobody. I mean, we have no stores in the city. There's nobody who sells it. No, there isn't. There won't be anyone. And the next year, the same thing. Oh, will that be someone? Where can I buy it? Will there be a kiosk or something? No, there isn't. There won't be anyone.
That took long enough.
Yeah. And, I think I was busy with work and other things in my head. I never paid much attention until 2018. And that was the interesting point. That's why I think that other things were dragging my attention. Because by the end of 2017, the place I was working, which was a printing house, it closed. They couldn't pay the bills anymore. They went bankrupt. And it was by the beginning of December. And I went like, I'm tired of working for other people. I got to do something for myself. I got the knowledge. I know what it takes to open a company. And I started moving things. So I already begun 2018 with my company, with all the documentation, everything registered. And I had some extra cash. I had some extra money that I had been saving. And when we started preparing the Arduino Day, I thought, you know what? I've got this money. every year people keep asking me if someone's going to sell, if there'll be a kiosk. You know what? I'm going to buy some boards, some kits. I already knew which sensors were more common, which were more useful for people. And then I did. I bought some things. I think I bought 10 basic kits, which is the main board and a few components. And, put all that in a box. Went to the day of the event. I went there. We opened everything. And by lunchtime, I kind of forgot about it. So in the lunch break, the last guy that was presenting in the morning, we thanked him. Okay, guys, we're going to stop now for lunch and we'll be back in about an hour. Okay. And, oh, by the way, if someone wants to buy something, I got some boards and, some basic stuff here. It was crazy. It was like, I don't know how to explain it. Everybody just
didn't get to eat lunch. I bet you didn't get to eat lunch.
No, I didn't. And many people there didn't too, because they want to keep looking at the boards. They were like, what else do you got? What else do you got? No, wait, there is this other box here. And they was like forming a row. Like, I'm next. I want to see, I want to buy. At some point, I had to just say, hey, guys, easy, everyone. It's not the only chance you have. We'll be here all day long. The event would go until 6 p.m. This was midday. And I said, okay, easy, everyone. Calm down. There is a lot where this came from. If you cannot buy today, if you don't get the chance, I'll buy more next week. I'll find a way to get to you. And everybody was so excited with the idea of I don't have to go online, search online, pay for the shipping, and wait for 1 or 2 weeks.
It's already there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's already there. And but at the end of the day, it was like, oh my God, what happened? I sold everything I took. I came home with an empty box. I had 2 boxes. Someone bought even the box.
Because they bought a lot of things. They have to have a box to put it in.
and it's a box like this. Let me see if I can show you.
Oh, yeah.
It's a plastic box with all the divisions here.
Uh-huh. Looks like a medicine box for a month.
Yeah, kind of that. And even one of the boxes, at the end of the day, was like, wow, what happened? What was that?
Oh, I want to know how much profit you gained in that day.
I don't know. I think all the profit, I used it to buy more things, because people are like, oh, I need this board. Do you have this board? No, I sold everything. Oh, I want 3 of those. So all the profit all the money I had from that, I bought more things.
That's nice.
And then my store was born. I was like, oh, I got to do this. I cannot wait for next year. Yes. People won't be able to wait, especially the students, because we have the university, we have a few technical schools, which are schools that just teach more focused on the workforce. It's not a college degree, it's not high school, it's just a course specific,
like a technical course.
Yeah, exactly.
Skill-based.
It's a technical course. Yeah. And we have like 6, 7 of these schools in here, and people are studying all year long. We cannot wait until next year to buy these things. So I mean, it was already 3 years of people asking. I couldn't wait anymore. I have to do the business. I have to create the store. So I started the online store, and I start putting all the things I already had bought. And I kept looking more, what else could people want? And then I created the Facebook page, created the Instagram account. And it was so funny, because I was listening to Tony the other day at the challenge. You've been to the challenge also, right?
Yeah, Tony Robbins, yes.
Yeah. And at some point, Tony was talking about the COVID's blessings.
Yes.
Like everybody, oh yeah, COVID broke my... Yeah, but try to look at the positive side. There must be a blessing in there. And there was some choices that I made at the beginning of my business that kind of allowed COVID, I mean, not COVID to be a blessing, but allowed me to have some COVID blessings. Because when I started, I didn't have much money for, opening a store, rent, and, hiring people. So I
Yeah.
decided to go online. I'll build the store and I'll do everything myself. I will buy, I will sell, I will do customer support, I will deliver.
Yeah. You're a
And I was
one-man
like,
show, one-man
yeah,
company.
yeah.
And
That's
it's
why I put it
working.
in my description that I'm business owner, seller, and coffee maker. Because even the
I like
coffee I
that
have to
coffee
make.
maker. Actually, I like that. That's the best part that you've written in it. I guess I can't live a day without this. That's why I always tell to my guests, it's just like, two friends having coffee and, talking something that is
Mhm.
really sensible and some people can learn from it. And it's really what's happening right now. You're drinking your Brazilian coffee and I'm drinking my
Yeah,
local Philippine
and
coffee.
and with a special mug saying
Oh, I like
coffee.
that. I have this because I drink coffee. I'm like, this one can last me for like 4 hours. So it's still hot.
Wow. Oh, but it's really hot, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of those thermal bottles, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. That's
good.
right.
Yeah, I need to get me one of those. I need one
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
those. But that's why I love to be funny, to do funny things, and that's why I put it, because it's true. I'm the one who does everything in the company. If I want a coffee, I have to make the coffee. There's nobody that I can say, oh, bring me a mocha latte,
Yeah.
whatever. No, I have to go there, buy the coffee, you know,
Brew it.
heat the water. Yeah, I got to do everything. And especially the delivery thing, because starting a business, not much money, I couldn't do much, and I decided that I should do the deliveries myself, unless it was way too far.
How
But
far is way too far? I mean,
uh,
do you have like a boundary? Or if your house is like more than an hour, I can't deliver anymore. How do you do that?
yeah, I went more about time, because from where I live until downtown, it's like 20 minutes, which is easy walking for me. 20 minutes is something I'm used to doing. So I said, okay, from downtown, if I walk for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it's still okay. Okay, so I spend an hour going, I'll have to come back home. Okay, yeah. And then I figured something between 40, 50 minutes. Unless, if it's, obviously, if I have other things to do, or maybe more than one delivery in an area, then I kind of extend this limit.
So
But
you kind of
basically, it would be around that.
you kind of
Around.
developed a system, a delivery system. Like you're going to deliver like two things at the same time, two orders at the same time to save time.
Yeah, no. Sometimes it happens.
Okay.
Sometimes, depending on the customer, I try to. Oh, can you bring it today? But maybe I have a delivery on the next day, and I like, okay, can it be tomorrow? I'm kind of busy today. Or sometimes I just tell the truth. Tomorrow I have a delivery close to you. It would be like 1 block from where you are. So can I bring it in tomorrow? And most of the times people are like, oh, okay. I just I just don't want to go out. I just don't want to go downtown. But okay, you can bring it tomorrow. And people usually don't deny it because I'm not charging for the delivery.
Wow.
It's free. And the reason behind, one of the other reasons I did it was, because my background is mostly technology. I used to be a developer, building websites and everything. Then after that, I was working at the printing house where I would do customer support. And I knew that if I was to run a website from home, I wouldn't leave home. I would stay home all day long. And no, it's not healthy. I need to have a reason to leave my house, at least twice a week.
Delivery is a great way to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I have to go because I have to get the money, and the person needs the component, the board. So I have no escape. I mean, that's the only way I have to do this. And I'm like 10 minutes away from the university. Most of my customers are in the university. So it's just like
Wow.
10 minutes, a 10-minute walk. Okay, it's a 10-minute walk up a mountain because that's not even a hill, it's a mountain. But, it's healthy. There's some, nice escaping. It's just up the hill.
And it gives you a reason to go out.
Exactly. And, that's why I say that this kind of became one of COVID's blessings to me, because when the quarantine started and all the stores had to close, I didn't have a store to close.
You don't have anything to close.
Yeah, I don't have anything to close.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah. There was nothing that would stop me from going out and delivery. And obviously, I took all precautions. I got my small bottles of alcohol. Before I deliver, I spray some alcohol. Like, yeah, it's here, it's clean. But please wash your hands when you get back home.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people would just bring oh, yeah, thank you, here's the money. And they would touch everything. Oh, yeah, I'm going to, but
excited.
wash your hands before, just think a little. You just handed me money. Let's be reasonable. Even if it's not that serious, come on, it's always a good idea to wash your hands.
That's right.
And it felt weird because at some point I was the only one. Like I said, we have 2 stores for electronic components, mostly the basic ones. But at some point they were closed too. So people would come to me like, do you have this component? Do you have that? Yeah, I do. Where can I get? Where is your store? Well, my store is online. It's vamuino.com.br. It was like, I don't have an address. I don't have a physical address. Oh, but I don't have the time. I needed to get it now. Just tell me where you are. I was like, okay, I live
Wow.
in this. Like, okay, I'm home right now. It's this street. And I started doing driving. People just tell me, okay, I'm getting in the street. I'll be there in 2 minutes. So just go down to my building entrance, and I would be there just hanging whatever component the person wants. No, I would go to them. I would just stand on the sidewalk and like, oh yeah, it's you. Here is your board.
Hand it
okay,
over,
thanks for the money. Or sometimes, credit card, wire transfer, whatever.
Yeah.
People just come, oh, thank you. Okay, bye.
That's very nice. That's the beauty of doing the business online. I saw your website, and you were a great developer. You were able to do that. Most business owners doesn't know how to do that. It's just good that you are comfortable in technology and you're doing it. And it's just like a hobby. It's like you're playing all day. So how does it feel? What does your normal day looks like?
Well, I remember I was having this conversation the other day, and I mentioned something like, sometimes it feels like I'm cheating because I understand. Yeah, like I'm cheating because I'm working. I chose a niche that nobody's is answering. There's no store that does what I do in my city.
Yeah, there is a need.
Actually, in quite a big area. There is no store in other cities around. I think the closest one is like 300 kilometers away.
Oh, that's too far.
Yeah. It's like in Belo Horizonte, which is the capital city of our state.
300
it's quite far
away. That's how many hours drive? 12 hours?
No. Oh, maybe I'm going wrong. But it would be something like 5 hour, 4 hours drive, something around that. And even if it would be like some kind of express delivery, it would take 3-4 days to get here.
Yeah.
And it feels like cheating because I chose something that I have no competition. you know, I don't have working hours. I do it
Yeah.
whenever I want. If I want to wake up midday in the middle of the afternoon, I can. But I also offer the benefit of not having time. So it usually happens. People like Saturday night, they need a component. They were building
Yes.
something and something went wrong, and they call me like 10 p.m. on a Saturday, like, "Oh, sorry, I know it's late, but do you have this or that?" And dude, it's not late. I don't sleep before 2 a.m. Oh, but no, it's not your working time, man. As long as I'm awake, I'm working. You know, I'm not the one from 8 to 5. Oh, actually, here it's like 8 to 6. Like open the store at 8, close at 6. Just wait for the other. No, as long as I'm awake, the store is working. The store is online, and you asked about my typical day. It's
Yeah.
just normal. I wake up, have my lunch, or sorry, have some coffee, and turn on my phone, check if there are any messages, and sometimes I'm like still trying to wake up. Oh yeah, there are 10 messages. Okay, I'll have another coffee. It takes me like an hour to be ready to
To
actually
have
be
that
online.
energy.
Yeah. And then I go check everyone, answer every email, every message. But it's kind of variable. Some days, especially at the beginning, it's something that always bugged me. It's usually at the end of the month that people start buying more, around
Maybe they have
20,
money.
25th. Yeah, but that's something I never understood. But the end of the month, usually
How about
people.
the payroll? I mean, do you have like every 15th and 30th payday in Brazil?
Well, as far as I know, most companies pay like on the fifth day, and
Oh,
they pay for the entire month.
oh, once
That's
a
why I
month.
get bugged, because it's usually around 2020 if people start buying things. I believe it might have to do with credit card. I think it might be
Oh,
like most credit cards, the I forgot. I don't know the word in
like
English.
the billing cycle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like the billing cycle is around 20th. So yeah, oh yeah, now my credit card is ready. Now I can buy a lot more. Like, dude, you're gonna pay it anyway in a month. So what's the difference?
Why wait? Yeah.
Yeah, why wait? I mean, if you buy now or you buy next week, it's just the same. But that's something I had to work too, because when you start a business, especially credit cards, it gives this false sensation that you can buy everything and you can do everything, and
Yes.
it's really important to be attempt to that. I mean, if I got excited in the beginning and I'm gonna raise my standards and I'm gonna buy everything and I'm gonna buy the best notebook I can, I would be broke now. I wouldn't
Yes.
have survived. I
Yes.
wouldn't have
That
survived
is
the quarantine.
Yes, that is something that most business owners that are starting should really learn about. They should not start thinking that they want to start big, because other people they start small,
Yeah,
right? And you can really start small. If you can make something out of that small amount, you can make something out of a bigger one too.
exactly. You have to learn to grow step by step. You said something that I used to listen from my grandfather. If you don't take care of the small money, the little money, you never know how to take care of the big money.
Yes, that's right.
If you don't honor the small, you will not honor the big.
Yes.
So you have to learn. You have to grow step by step. Not get too excited because you got a little extra this month. Feet on the floor,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
one step at a time.
Yeah. I remember Uncle Ben of Spider-Man. He says,
Yeah.
with great power comes great responsibility. I always say that to my kids. I always quote Uncle Ben, and they were like, "Huh? You're watching Spider-Man? Oh yeah, why not?" Because
Why not?
If you can be responsible with little stuff, of course, if you have more responsibility, right?
Exactly.
And I like what you said earlier about thinking about the blessings of COVID, because
Hmm.
I really believe that everything that's happening around us, if we just look at the positive things will happen to you. But if you look at the
Exactly.
negative things will happen to you. We know that a lot of people lose their jobs, close their business during COVID. But let's face it, you lose your job, you closed your business, but you were able to spend time with your family. You don't have to go to
Exactly.
sabbatical or take a leave. You were forced to stay home and stay together. And if you will just think of something like what you did, if they will just open their eyes and look at the opportunities, because opportunities are around us, we're just not looking. Maybe if we are gonna
Exactly.
look, yeah, because right now the online industry, the online business is thriving because everybody saw the potential that they can do anything online, like what you did. You were just doing a hobby. It was just an event. You were not thinking about starting a business anyway, but then everything just like fall into places.
Yeah. And it was so weird last year because when the quarantine started here, when the pandemic started hitting here in Brazil.
January, right, in Brazil.
No, it just got here in March. I
Oh,
mean,
same here.
probably there were infected people going
Uh-huh.
around, but they just
Don't
started
know it yet.
detecting
Yeah.
people with the virus around March,
Oh.
and it was like a week before the Arduino day.
Oh, what happened?
1 week before, that's when they started the quarantine. And it is the big deal for my business because that's the day that people can
Come
see all my
together.
inventory. They come
Yeah.
together, they look at my inventory, they want to buy because they're seeing that impulse buying. Like they seen at that moment, oh, I don't know what this does, but I it's cute, I want to buy it. There's a lot of that. And I kind of started freaking out because we were preparing this year, not this year, 2020. It would be at the university. So I gather all the groups in there. There are different groups of students. There is the PET, which is a program that the students themselves can, decide what to do with the course, create more opportunities. So we gather a nice team to make it happen. And a week before that, they were like, "Oh yeah, there is this committee at the university to fight the pandemic." And they just said that on Monday they would cancel everything.
So sad.
Yeah, and that's the weird part because in my brain it went like, I went like into warrior mode. I didn't get sad. I wasn't in that. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose money. Oh,
Yeah,
what am I
yeah,
gonna do? I
yeah.
was like, no, we gotta think on the security, on the safety of everyone. If we cannot make it, okay, because it won't be just here. Because this event is on the same day all around the world. The company Arduino decides the date, and all the communities all over the globe just have to make that happen. And I didn't get sad. I was like, the entire world will not be doing it today.
Yeah.
This virus is everywhere. So, okay, we got to think of safety. Maybe we find another date later. Let's go with it. Let's roll with this. And it was crazy. I got such energy. It's like suddenly my body went like, all those movies you watch it, Mad Max and The Walking Dead and all those end of the world things that you watch it, all of those things were to make me ready for COVID. That's what just went to my brain. I'm ready. I'm ready. Just bring the apocalypse. I'm ready. It was so crazy. I felt completely different. And, and, my business went down. Everything went down. I think that for like 2 months, around 2 months, I didn't sell anything.
Oh.
And curiously, around this time, there was a friend of mine that was doing a project to build face shields and some other safety equipment. And I was like, okay, but why me? No, because you're having such energy. You're so excited with things, even with the pandemic hitting.
They can feel your
Okay,
positivity. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And I was like, okay, but are you sure? Me? Yeah, we want to do it. We just need to find people with 3D printers. I was like, yeah, I don't have a 3D printer. No, but we need you. We need you around. And then we started, I knew a couple of people who had it, and they brought another two people, and they brought another two, and they started printing all those, the support for the face shields. And we went growing and growing, more people coming in, and there was this industry here that they could do it directly in, I think it's die-cast plastic. I know that they, while we were printing like 10, maybe 12 of those face shields every 4 hours, this industry could do 1,000 in an hour.
Ooh.
They had the potential to do 1,000. So it was just a matter of, getting the materials to make it, get more money and other materials, because you have the support, but then you have that transparent part, the shield itself. Yeah. And I kind of forgot of my business. I went totally into that. Let's build face shields. I don't care if I'm not selling. But then after 2 months, it kind of came back alive. People were buying again, like, okay, yeah, this is not going away anytime soon. I got to finish some things. You know what?
Yeah.
Give me some more boards.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. It was crazy. But when I look back at all the things that happened in 2020, I am not worthy of complaining. I don't have permission to complain, because my business survived, good or bad. I managed to pay all my bills. So I don't give myself permission to complain about anything in 2020. I even think that at some point people bought from me, just because of the whole situation, not because they needed the boards. They were like, oh, what, business are breaking and everything's going wrong. Yeah, I think I'm going to buy some boards from him because he might be struggling too. I believe that a couple of times there were people that didn't need the things they bought. They probably just bought it because, you know what, I'm helping this guy. I'm going to help him, keep his business alive. And it kind of became a recurrent, a common feeling here, that everybody, you know what, I'm not going to buy at the big market because the big market has money to stay alive. I'm going to buy from the small businesses, the family businesses. These are the people who need our help. Not the big ones.
Yeah, people realize that we need to help each other and keep each other's backs. You just have to support each other, especially during these times. Here in our country, we live in a building, right? And we created this Facebook, this chat group. Everybody's here. That sometimes I ran out of soy sauce. Does anybody have a soy sauce? I'm willing to buy. And then somebody would reply, it's okay, just get here, just bring a cup or something. I ran out of onions. It's like we developed a system. Yeah. And right now they're also selling amazing breads in the morning. Oh, I have breads. We call it here pan de sal. It's a bread with a little bit salt.
How do you call it?
Pan de sal.
I mean, that's the name in
the name of the bread.
Wow, it's exactly how we call it.
Oh,
you mean the bread you get in the morning?
Yeah, it's pan de sal.
It's exactly how we call it in Portuguese.
Oh yeah, because of our country, we're both colonized by Spaniards or something. Because we were colonized before by the Spanish, so most of our terms are Spanishy.
Oh, cool. Yeah, in our case, it was more the Portuguese.
Oh, Portuguese.
Yeah, but we had some influence from the Spanish too.
Yeah, I think they're kind of like cousins, because when you know how to speak Portuguese, you can understand Spanish too.
Yeah.
A little.
It's what both sides usually call portuñol.
Portuñol.
Yeah, because it's a mix of Portuguese and Spanish. And Spanish we call it español.
Español. Portuñol.
Yeah, so we mix both. It's portuñol. It's like we don't speak Spanish and they don't speak Portuguese, but we can understand each other.
Yes, that's right.
More or less,
All right, so going back to my story,
Okay.
there are people that are baking this pan de sal every morning just from home, and they were just selling it just within the building. And people are
Wow.
buying because they wanted to support each other. Instead of them cooking something, they'll just buy pan de sal. And so we were able to develop this helpful community, helping each other. There was an emergency once that they have to bring somebody to the hospital, and then another person, volunteered to drive that person to the hospital. So COVID hit the whole world. But if you have that positivity in you, if you have that attitude that you wanted to really make the difference, even if you're at home, you can really find something worthwhile to do.
Yeah. And I think that it this is a big chance we have as a planet, not just as a specific kinds of people with something. No, as humans, as a species in the planet, because we're all on the same boat.
Yeah.
If we consider the planet as a boat, we don't have safety. We don't have where to jump.
Yeah.
It's a single boat, and we're trapped in this boat. And it's a big chance that humanity is getting to, I think we all rethink about everything, about the way we deal with each other, about these not just money relations, but every kind of relation. How can I help other people to grow? How can I help my community to grow and be better? And I love this story. I love this story in your building. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a perfect example of how we could all be living right now.
Yeah.
We could be doing this in the entire world.
Yes, we just have to start. Somebody just has to start. In fact,
Yeah.
last night, I broke my mouse, and then I just posted that, is there somebody that's selling mouse? And then they deliver it to me 10:30 in the evening together with the mouse pad. Of course, I need to pay it, but it was delivered. 10:30 in the evening.
That's great.
Right? So I was able to help that person because I bought from him. It's more expensive, of course, than in the store. But hey, I need it. It's emergency. It's 10 o'clock. Yeah, past 10, in fact. So I was able to appreciate.
And you didn't have to go to the store.
Yeah. So and then you will just be posting, I need food. Even if it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're craving for something, food will really knock on your door, literally.
Wow. That's amazing.
It is.
That's quite a systems you guys created there, because it's amazing.
Yeah. If it can be duplicated in different places, in different communities, then I think we would be able to develop this what do you call it, selflessness. Because before, I've been living in the same building for like 4 years now, and I don't know anybody. I just know one neighbor. But right now, it feels like I know everyone. Like everyone is saying hi. And then somebody would knock on my door. Do you have an egg? Oh, here it is. I'll pay for it. No, it's just one egg. It's okay. I mean, see how many chances you get of giving one egg to somebody that wants to maybe, do an omelette or something. It really feels good.
Right? And it's amazing because you might even forget about the egg.
Yeah.
It was just one egg. Yeah, I don't even remember who was this person.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's just an egg. But this person will never forget. I needed to do something. I was hungry, and I just needed an egg, and she gave me the egg.
Yeah.
I gotta do something. I gotta pay this back, or even if I cannot pay her back, but I'll do it for someone else and spread this idea. It's so lovely. I love this kind of thing.
Yeah. So everybody's hobby is like turning into little businesses. And if there's no COVID, we would still be in our own little world, very busy, surviving and doing our stuff. But right now with pandemic, the situation brought us closer together. Worldwide, no colors, red, white, blue, or whatever black colors we are, whatever country, we have something in common. We are all experiencing the same pandemic, the same precautions, the same
Yeah,
system. And it may not be perfect, of course. There's always something that we can improve depending on our systems, depending on which country or what government is, taking care of everything. But as citizens, as responsible and positive thinking citizens, we can always find a way to make a living out of what we wanted to do in life, right?
exactly. I remember at some point, right at the beginning, people were like comparing all the effects of the pandemic with the first pandemic in the beginning of the 20th century, the Spanish flu,
Yeah, yeah.
and the wars. Like, oh, but we had the World War I and World War II, and then, yeah, dude, come on, it's it's not like a war, but now I see it as a war. It's like this war because business are going down. We have so many casualties, not just human lives, but businesses and tradition, and there's so many things that we're losing that it kind of feels like a war. But at the same time, you see this positive side that people are wanting to help, people are trying to help each other, and there's always someone like, let's make this, let's help those people, let's bring them to our side, let's see what we can do to help them. It's not just, yeah, it's war, whatever, you take care of yourself, I'll take care of myself. I think it's weird because the way we act today, I mean, we have all this technology for years, right? And streaming, YouTube, and all these things that were kind of isolating us from each other.
Yes.
And now it's the only thing that binds people together.
Us together. Yeah.
Many families, they cannot get close, and the only way they can talk is through the internet. It's such a twist for me because we were always criticizing this. Yeah, technology, the kids are always in their phones and the tablets, and they don't pay attention. And all these kids are the ones making the calls. Okay, wait a second. I'm calling grandma.
How to do that?
Yeah. Oh, I want to talk to grandma. Wait a second, mom. I'm calling grandma here. Okay, you don't know how to use the phone.
Yeah. And now the oldies, the parents, the grandparents are asking the kids, how do you do this? How do you do that?
Exactly. It's at some point it's really a historic moment for humanity. All the things we've made until here, and all the things we have to do now. That's definitely a historic moment.
That's right. Oh, tell me the story that when you were building, was that trains and rockets?
Oh, yeah, I kind of skipped that.
Because
that was the
it's
what?
they wanted to I mean, I wanted the audience to realize that their hobby, sometimes they may not realize it, but it may turn into something profitable, like what you did. I mean, you just started with the event without thinking about making a profit out of it. It was just born out of passion, and right now you feel like you have a purpose because nobody else is selling that stuff, and then kids need it. Tell us about it.
Yeah, because like I said at the beginning, it was just my intention was just to provide these components for people, just to make it easier for them to get, because sometimes shipping would be too expensive. Sometimes people would need something really fast. And I think I kind of skipped it 2018 because, no, it was 2019. At the 2018 Arduino Day, there was one of these teams from the university, and they came to talk to me, and we were talking about Arduino and things, and they were like, "Oh, we have this team at the university that we have this program, so every new student has to come in, and in 6 months we teach everything so they can build a small robot. It's what they call a line follower. It's imagine a small car, it's tiny robot, just a car. And you draw this track on the floor. Like you get, for example, something white, and then you draw this black line, whatever direction you want. And the purpose of the robot is to follow that line. It cannot go outside of that track. And it has to go around and around and around. So the students have these 6 months to prepare this. And at the end of the 6 months, there's a competition. And they were talking to me like, oh, would you like to come and see the competition? Maybe you want to sponsor it. And
Nice.
okay, man, here's the thing. I'm not doing this for profit. I don't have much money. But yeah, we can do something. Maybe I can give some of the boards, so guys can give them as prizes or something. We can think of something. And I went to in the day of the competition, we finally got some agreement. And I was there at the competition, just watching everything. And some people came, oh, you're the guy from the store. And I don't know if you know this.
You don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, look at my shirt.
It looks like boards.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the Arduino shirt. Ah, I want one of that.
Exactly. I got a picture of a board, because if I'm going to deliver and I don't know the person and the person doesn't know me, how will someone know that I am the one guy who's delivering?
Yeah, you got
So I
yourself
thought,
a uniform.
Yeah, I'll just make myself a t-shirt with a large board. So wherever the person is, oh, it's a circuit board. Yeah, he is the guy who's bringing my board.
And is that the Arduino text that I can read from there? Is that Arduino?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
I'll try to show you here.
Yeah, I saw that Arduino. Yeah.
It's actually I got some boards that I'm going to show you later.
Yeah.
But none is like this. This is wherever I go, people know who I am. They know what I do. Oh, yeah, that's the guy from the boards.
Yeah, like Mark Zuckerberg is wearing gray shirt all the time. You will wear that all the time too whenever you go to
Yeah. Every time I'm going out for delivery or something related to work, I'm always wearing this one.
You should have 7 of that.
Well, I got 2. One is quite hard, so I had to make a second one. Sometimes there's no time to wash him, But where was I? Oh my God! Sometimes I get so excited talking.
It's okay. You were telling the story when you were in the robotics.
But I was at the competition, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the day of the competition, and suddenly there were these people like, "Oh, you're the guy from the store, right? Yeah. Well, we have this team because we build cars. We have this car for competition." And I don't know if it's Baja or Baja in English.
Baja, I think. Baja.
Yeah. It's like a small car for one person with big suspensions and everything. Is that it? Yeah. We're on the same page. Good. and the kids were so excited, and it was funny because they were trying to impress me. Oh, we have this car, and we go to competitions, and we got some titles, and he was trying so hard to impress me.
How old are these kids?
Around 18, 19.
Wow.
They're just fresh in the college.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, man, okay, we can talk. Oh yeah, would you go there? Our garage is right here. It's closed. Okay, dude, I'll go there, but let me just finish watching the competition. I'm here for the competition, but we can talk. I'll be around. I won't go away until we come back and I see a garage. And then there was another couple that came to me. Oh, you're the guy from the store. Yeah, good. Oh, we want to show you our team because we build rockets. And okay. I will spend the rest of the day at the university. Okay. I'm just waiting to finish the competition, and then I have to go to the Baja cars, and then I go to yours.
To the rocket.
Yeah. And it was really close. It's like a few steps from where was the competition. And it was so crazy, I was at the hall with the stage and everything, where was the competition. I walked like 20 steps, and I was inside a garage.
Ooh.
this is all inside the university, and outside you just see, oh yeah, it's just a building. There must be a few classrooms in there. No, it's a garage with the car in there, with all the tools you can imagine. And there were kids from all the courses, because these groups are they're not just for mechanic or whatever. They get people from all of the courses. So if there is someone doing, for example, journalism or communications, they can be part of the team, because the team needs to do website, to write
oh, that's very
press
nice.
reports.
They're like
So they
putting
get
all
people
the
from
talents.
everywhere.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. And all the teams at the university, they I think they have to get at least from 5 different courses. They have to accept people from at least 5. Some of them have people from philosophy. I mean, how are you going to use philosophy in a car?
Yeah.
I don't know, but maybe, maybe there is some application there. And I was so excited, because when I saw the car, I was like, oh, yeah, but what do you guys do? Oh, we do everything. We change the suspension. We try to make the suspension better. We try to make the car run faster. We try to make it stronger so we can go, to muddy places.
Uphill, yeah.
Uphill. The car has to face everything. It has to be perfect. It has to be fast, have good brakes. And I was like, oh man, that's so amazing. And you guys use those boards? Yeah. We're building a telemetry system so we can monitor the speed, the reaction time of the brakes. And I was like, yeah, but why were you guys trying to impress me later? You just had to show me the car. You didn't have to talk about all the things you did. Just show me the car, And, we closed the deal. It was like, yeah, you're my guys. I'm adopting you. You're my guys, you guys are with me. Whatever you need, just text me. Just tell me what boards you need. And it was so cool, because it became such a trusty relationship that sometimes they send me a message just asking, like, what would be better? Like, look, we want to do this kind of a function, but we don't know what do we use. We need to make it, but we don't know what's better. What do you have there? What can you suggest to us? And they see me like some kind of mentor.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's something so specific that I have no idea what they would use. But yeah, okay, I'll try to figure it out. I'm gonna search it, and we're together in this. And a few moments later, the guys from the rockets came back to me. And oh, you're here? Yeah. I'm going to see your rocket. I was just looking at the car. And another 20 steps. Another room full of rockets and stuff, and someone was cooking something, and I would say, oh, nice, you're doing coffee. And the person just looked at me, what are you talking about coffee? I'm brewing the fuel for the rocket. I was like, wait, what? You're cooking the fuel? Yeah, because there is a special reaction. I have to cook it to a specific temperature. They were literally cooking the fuel.
How are they doing that?
I don't know. I was never good at chemistry. I was really good at other things, but chemistry was not my strong suit. And they were about to leave. As soon as I was looking at everything, what do you mean you build rockets inside the university? I never knew about it. No one ever told me about it. Why nobody mentions that there is someone building rockets?
It should be on the event.
It should be everywhere.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got there, they were leaving to make some tests, because there are some pressure tests and things they have to calculate before launching the rocket. But they do it upside down. So they have to create a structure, put the propeller pointed up, and then they measure the pressure it's doing. Because, you cannot just throw rockets all around the city any time of the day. And then they just look at me, do you want to go? You want to come with us and see the test? And I was like, yeah. I know I'm pretty sure that we already closed on the deal, but yeah, I'm here. Come on, let's see it. It was so cool. All those kids around trying to make everything together, like the other team, each one from a different area, and they all working together to build a rocket. It was so amazing. And so long story short, I adopted both of them, and only
You're like the
later
new
I
uncle.
realized something. What?
Yeah, you're like the new uncle.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the funny uncle, I'm older, way older than they are, but I'm the old uncle that thinks he's still 17,
Yeah,
Funny
right.
guy. Some people there used to call me sir, Oh, excuse me, sir. And I'm like, wait, you
Where's
talking to
the
me?
sir?
Where's the sir? Oh, no, you, sir. Dude, I have a few white hairs just here on my beard. Don't call me don't call me sir, please. My daughter is your age. Stop calling me sir. We're all young.
Be afraid if they'll call you dad.
Oh, I just got afraid right now. I hope it never happens.
All right, sorry. I think I cut you off there. You were saying you realized something?
Oh yeah, because I don't think we mentioned this during the episode, that the name of my store, when I had to name it, there was this idea brewing for some time in my head, and I thought, it has to rhyme with Arduino, because it's the only way that people will associate the boards and what I sell with the maker idea. And okay, Ino, there has to something that ends in Ino. And I had this word in my head, which is Vamuino, that, actually would be Vamos Indo, like two words that combine in my Brazilian dialect, because in my state, we kind of join words together and make it 2-3 words become only one.
Yeah.
And I was like, Vamuino. Vamuino sounds like, yeah, let's go. Let's get going.
Mm-hmm.
Or Vamonos. Like Dora.
Yeah, like Dora.
Yeah. Vamonos.
Vamonos, let's go.
And when I created the name, I was like, yeah, good. It's like, yeah, let's do something. That's just where my idea went. And then after I got these teams from the university, it was like, it's so weird, because the name was just, yeah, let's go, let's do something, let's not stay stopped. And suddenly people started, as the teams were going on and I was helping them, and they started getting more prizes. Actually, the Baja team, I think they never got any prize when it came to the electronics construction. And after I adopted them, for the first time, they won. Nice. Because they had all the electronics, all the things they needed. And I realized, people are, I even changed it myself. People were seeing me as someone that were helping people move forward and go up. They joined everything, the idea of the rocket and the car and the name. And I was like, dude, I never thought about it. Everything went so perfectly together.
Beautiful.
And that's the way people see me. I'm the one who helps people go up and move forward. No matter the direction they want to go, I'm the one who can help them.
Yeah, and you never even realize it.
Never. It was just, yeah, I like to do this. It's my hobby. I love it. Yeah, I'm going to do it to help people. People want to buy these things and they have nowhere to buy. And it was so crazy, everything, it's so amazing. And I realized how much I like it, how much I love it. Not just, obviously, it's not about selling and making money,
Yeah.
I don't trust when someone says, oh, I love making money. Yeah. This person has some problem, because if you do a business just because of money, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You need something else. You need to have this bright in your eyes. Yes. And it's so amazing when I see someone, especially at the events, some kid or even someone that is older but is learning something new, and you see in their eyes like, oh, I never thought this was possible. oh my God, it's so easy. It looks so easy. It's not that complicated. It's not that expensive. I could do it myself. And kids is different. Kids, you look at it and they're like, oh, I didn't know. Wow. I want to do it. It's better than a smartphone.
Yeah.
It's so amazing, And I, this Tawny challenge that we had in January was interesting because I wanted to get back to that warrior mode that I was at the beginning of the pandemic, because I kind of lost it after 5 months. I started to, you know what? Yeah, I'll just stay home, wait, people ask for something, I'll wait the day I have to do some delivery. I could feel my energy going down.
Going down, yeah.
And I wanted to be back to that warrior mode, I want to be that excited about things again. And oh my God, I got so excited that I lost myself.
It's okay. Maybe you can also create like an Arduino online event.
Oh, yeah. No, you got me back on track.
Yeah. Okay.
My next step, that the challenge made me realize that it's something I have to do, and I've been ignoring for a while, is to, bring this to as many people as I can, not just the event, but give them the opportunity to learn more, to have access to training, to at least the basic knowledge, at least the very basic, what is a battery, what is a microcontroller, how do you connect these wires and make something work?
Yeah.
At least the basic, and that's my next step. Because, the store is just a store. It's just a business. The store came because of the event, which was the really fun part of the thing. Mm-hmm. And now my store is what makes the event run, because if I have to take some money, I would have no problem to take it from the store, because I know that people will come back and buy. So I'm not losing money. I'm investing in myself. I'm
That's
investing
right.
in the things that I like and I believe.
That's right.
And you mentioned about,
the store is giving you meaning. It's giving you purpose.
Yeah.
Helping others.
And, it's like the store was born because of the event.
Yeah.
So it's just giving back from where it came, And you mentioned this year event. We just didn't anything last year because, everybody was so overwhelmed. Me and all the other people that were helping to organize it. We were not ready, Everybody was so tired, and we just, I just want it to end. I just want the year to end, and I want to lay in my bed and sleep for 3 weeks straight or whatever. Nobody had the focus to do it. And last week I was already calling everyone like, hey, let's do it. We already got the date. It's going to be March 27th or 20th. I don't know. Yeah, I got to check. But it's going to be this March, or it will be 20 or 20th. It's always on a Saturday. Is it going to be done
online or face-to-face event?
No, we have to do it online. I think the company itself, the Arduino company itself, is encouraging everyone to still do it online.
Yeah.
Because, maybe a small country will be able to vaccinate everyone and solve everything. But as a general rule, everybody's encouraged to do it just online, no physical contact. And I'm already planning with some of these people, because, one thing that used to be a problem at the live event was because we had the speakers presenting their own projects. They would bring the things they built and show people at the place. But in parallel, there would be some basic courses.
Yes.
So the beginners had to choose, or they would make the course, or they would watch the speakers. So we're thinking of bringing all this content, all the courses, maybe 1 or 2 weeks before. And also in a way that if someone wants to do more than one course, they will have, a week or 2 to learn all that things. So at the day of the event, they already have something. They already understand something of how that works to, and they can enjoy everything way more,
That
you know.
really is very, very nice.
Yeah, and it
Wow.
kind of solves this problem, because we're always like that, how do we solve this? Because there are people that come here to learn, because we give these free courses, but at the same time they lose something. They're going to lose some speaker that they wanted to see. And we had everything in these years. There were people talking about 3D printers. There was a friend of mine that was building his house at the time, and while building, literally building, raising all the walls and everything, and he prepared the entire house to be smart. Sorry. And he installed everything he would need to say, okay, Google, turn off all the lights from the kitchen to my room. He put all these things in the walls. He made it all ready. And he was displaying this in one of the events. And it's so much content. It's so many things. I felt kind of guilty. I couldn't find a way to teach people and let them see what they wanted at the same time.
So, you kind of thought all of the puzzle piece together. It's like you solved the problem. You were able to put all the puzzle pieces together because of the pandemic. Because you realized that this is, a very nice time to pull the event off. To continue it. Unlike last year
Mm-hmm.
that it was, canceled. And then what else? What will be the difference of this new event, this online event right now?
Oh, I've been cooking this in my head for a while, and I think last year the problem was we have no idea how to do it. Oh yeah, we can do it live on Facebook or YouTube, but what kind of software do I have to use? How do I join all my friends, all the people that would present something? How do I do that? We still didn't know everything that we needed to do. And now we've seen enough. We've seen many events, many ways, different ways that we can do it. Again, let's blame it on Tony, because the way he
Yeah.
did and WNY was amazing. All those Zoom meetings, all those people there. And I kind of figured out a way to do everything online, and not just for my event. I was from the last 3 days. I was helping a friend of mine. She invited me like 2 months ago. She had an idea, wanted to do some challenges, and needed different people to facilitate these challenges. And the last one was mine. It was the last 3 days, Thursday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I was already kind of tired, but she wanted to talk a little, and she told me, oh, I have this idea for June. I want to make an event like I did years before, but I don't know how I can do, because we don't know if, the vaccine will work and everything, blah, blah, blah. I was like, hey, I'm going to do my Arduino day totally online. I already figured out, I just have to buy I think you can buy a monthly license, and I'm
Yes,
gonna
yes.
need it only for a month, so it's okay. And I told her, I'm gonna buy this license so that we can make the event on March, and then we can do everything online. Because let's say if we get all the weekends for the courses, so you get, I don't know, maybe Saturday and Sunday, we'll get the courses available for the beginners, and at the 27th we make the official event, everything online, perfect. And I told her, we'll get the license. We'll be doing these things. If you want, we can make some tests, gather some people. Let's try to see how it works, how you change from one screen to another, figure out all the things you can do. And then I help you do your event in June.
Perfect.
It's perfect. It was like, yeah, I solved my problem, and I'll be able to solve her problem. She didn't know. She
Yeah.
was almost like giving up. Like, yeah, I cannot do my event. It's so amazing. She does such an amazing job, because she likes to talk about sustainability, sustainable entrepreneurship, creative economy, all these things, And she, like me, she's the only person in town that brings these things up. So it's
Wow.
like, I know what you're going through. You're the only person who talks about some things. I have to help you. I cannot let you, just give up. We got to do this. I'm going to do everything I can, and we're going to make this event running. And, we got to do it. It's like you said, the story in your building, we have to help each other. If I know a way, let's make it happen.
That's right. That's right. It's really very good because entrepreneurs normally has this innovative, instinct. They always wanted to
Hmm.
create. They always wanted to solve problems. We are problem solvers, right? And right now, because of the pandemic, the problems didn't go bigger. It becomes smaller because a lot of people are contributing because we don't know everything. For example, one person doesn't know everything there is to do in business, but because we are collaborating, we are working as a team, your skill, for example, can help with my skill, and then we can do something bigger. In fact, I always say we are stronger together, because if we're just,
Exactly.
the sum of all is still greater than, what do you call it, the power of everyone is still greater than the sum of all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And one thing that I find interesting is that no matter how much experience someone has, nobody ever faced anything like this.
Yes.
Nobody can say, "Oh yeah, I'm ready for every kind of situation." No, you aren't. No, you're not. How many pandemics, worldwide pandemics like
Yeah.
this, have you faced before?
Yeah.
Nobody ever faced anything like this. Everything is new. Everything
Unless
is
you lived in
different.
1920s.
Yeah, yeah. Which is, there might be a few people around, but not many. And
Yes.
probably not on the workforce, not on business, not
Yeah.
running business. They would just look like, yeah, I was there. I don't want to talk about it. I got better things to do.
Yeah, right. And I think that this is something new to us. We can create a culture of entrepreneurs helping each other, and it's good that we're
Yeah,
starting, this message here in the Passion and Purpose podcast, because if we can really make all entrepreneurs come together, for example, in one Facebook group, and create this culture, create this community of people helping each other, sharing their skills, their thoughts, their ideas, and solve a common problem, then what better place could the world would be in, let's say, 5 or 10 years from now. And it's because of a common problem that we all face today, the pandemic.
yeah, exactly. And that's something I always think, I was always taught about this. You know, you cannot be greedy about something, because,
Yeah.
especially in the market, because the sun is born for everyone. The sun is shining for everyone. It doesn't matter what you do; it will shine every day. So why do you want everything?
Yes.
Why don't we
You'll
all
get your
help each
share.
other?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You'll get your own share of
exactly.
sunshine.
Yeah, there's enough for everyone. You don't need to especially the sun. Nobody could get the sun entirely. Oh, it's all mine. Okay, yeah, you're gonna have
Yeah.
some serious problem. Now, skin will be really complicated. But
I was really enjoying this talk, Giordano. Do you have any, like, a, what do you call it? Like a parting message to everyone, to all of the entrepreneurs who are doing something like a hobby, and wanted to turn it into a business, or wanted to find their purpose? Because what happened to you is that you just did something out of fun, out of a challenge maybe, and then you found a hobby, and then you said, oh, maybe I could make money out of it, and then you find your purpose, like you become a mentor to kids, you were giving advice, and you were sponsoring robotics and rockets. What are the advice that you can give to those who are starting, to make their hobby something that they can earn from?
well, one thing that I consider very important, and I cannot ignore it in no way, shape, or form, is that all these things just happened because I trusted, and I was, involved in the community, because it all started in the GDG. And I
Yeah.
just got to the GDG because I was in another group and someone mentioned it. I was involved with the community, actually, all the communities, different communities that were around. And, it's always about being part of the community. You got to give something back. You cannot just think about profit and money. It's important. Money's good, pays the bills. But, what do people want? We got to ask ourselves, what do they want? What do they need? What can you give back to the community? And I know that my case was kind of weird because I went all the way around. I started giving.
Yeah.
I started giving, and it took me some time to realize that there was a business there. And I don't want to stop giving to the community, because that's what started the business. That's what's giving more clarity in my purpose. Yeah. And I think it's important for other entrepreneurs to realize this. Giving is not you're not wasting money when you
Yes.
give something to the community. You're helping people, and it's not about, oh yeah, but I could invest this in some ads. And no, man, just do it for the community. Everything else will happen on its own. And something else I would like to leave to them is that it's something I've seen a lot lately. People like, oh, I'm 20, I'm 30, I'm 50, and I feel stuck, and I never found my passion. And what I can say is, dude, don't worry, don't fall in this trap of time. Oh, I'm half a century old. I'm a quarter of a century. It doesn't matter how old you are. I'm 43 now. It took me 30 years for my life to start making sense. Until my 30s, 31, I was dumb. I was a dummy.
Yeah.
I was always waiting for something. Oh, I don't like this. I don't want to do this kind of thing. I don't want it. And after I moved to the city where I live today, I don't care. When I was working at the printing house, they needed someone to work there. They had lost 2 workers. And I knew the guys. They were from the company I worked before. And I said, hey, dude, I'm doing nothing. I'm here. If you want someone to help, I can go there and help you for a month or 2, whatever. I ended up staying for 2 or 3 years.
Oh, because you're doing nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing to do, Yeah, you pay me something and I'll just go there and help you answer the phone. And he didn't want me to go there. He went like, oh, but you're overqualified. I know. I want to make you the guy who'll answer the phone. You know a lot more. You should do something better. And I'm like, hey, dude, I have a phone and people call me and I have to answer my phone. It doesn't take any qualification to do that. You need someone to do that. I don't care how much qualification I have. It doesn't matter. I need to pay my bills. Just give me something. And I'll pay my bills. And something that I see is that all of the things I did in my life, all the things I learned, or even the things I didn't like learning or doing, they also prepared me to get this business. Because I worked with customer support at the printing house. I worked with website development. I worked with so many things, in even making coffee. At some point, I had to work making coffee, and now I can do everything on my own. I can run the entire business alone.
Yeah, that's for Vamuino.
Vamuino. And, I think that's the message I want to leave. Don't give back to the community, and don't worry about age, whatever age, because someone might be stuck. Oh, but this guy was lucky. Yeah, I'm 50 and I still couldn't figure out, dude, I wasn't lucky. I cannot say I wasn't lucky because I had some very dark days. But, you got to focus on the positive, keep moving. And, someday you look behind and, oh, now it makes sense. Now everything makes sense.
Yeah, that's right. And you took action. And when somebody throw the idea
Exactly.
of creating an event, they will just like, oh yeah, it can be done. But you, oh yeah, let's do this. And
Yeah,
then everything.
especially the guy who was the one talking about Arduino and presenting everything. He was like, you know, yeah, because he was a teacher. He was already teaching about that, and was like, yeah, okay, yeah, we can do it. And I was like, let's do it. No, I had fire in my eyes. Let's do it. When is it? Oh, it's 3 months from now. Let's do it. Yeah, I need something to keep the eyes on fire, but yeah, let's do it.
I can imagine the fire.
Like those cartoons.
Yeah, anime.
Let's do it. And, I can't see. I can look behind and think how it could have been different, because if I wasn't that day, if I didn't accept to make the event, none of these things would have happened.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have this business. I wouldn't have known so many people. I wouldn't be here right now talking to you.
Yes,
I mean,
that's right.
probably we would not be having this conversation. And thinking about it kind of makes me sad right now because, that's such a story. How many people could listen to this and maybe get an idea, get a glimpse. I mean, I always try to look at this, if my story can impact at least one person, and at least one person can hear my story and say, wow, this gives me an idea. How many other people will be impacted by that?
Yes, that's what we all want. Yeah. To create an impact that our stories can be heard and that people can get inspired, and then it would lead them to take action so that they can also write their own stories of success and failure.
Yeah.
Very beautiful. Thank you so much, Giordano, for doing this podcast with me. I really enjoyed it. I think this is the most the longest podcast episode that I ever did because I didn't realize the time, and I was enjoying and I was learning so much from you, and it really shows that you're really having fun. You really love what you do. So I hope that maybe one day we can do this again, maybe after a few years, or after a few months, and you may have a different story to tell because I know that you're moving people upwards and forward. I like that one.
Yeah.
I really love that
It was great, right?
Yeah. All right, everyone. So Giordano here promised that he would sing to me a very special song because Valentine's Day in their country is being done in somewhere in June, but here in the Philippines and in other parts of the world is being done every February. So he promised to me that in honor of the Valentine's Day that's being celebrated around the world, he's going to sing for me one song, and that is going to be for everyone else as well. So I hope, guys, that you would love his song, and let's celebrate love every day, even if it's not just Valentine's Day. Let's celebrate love and relationship every day. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching the Passion and Purpose podcast. Let's enjoy Giordano's song.
Late in the evening, she's wondering what clothes to wear. She puts on her makeup, brushes her long blonde hair, and then she asks me, do I look alright? And I say yes, you look wonderful tonight. We go to a party, and everyone turns to see this beautiful lady walking around with me, and Then she asks me, do you feel alright? And I say yes, I feel wonderful tonight.
Cause I see the love light in your eyes.
Oh man.
Aha!
Oh, it's
The
cool.
wonder of it all, that you just don't realize how much I love you. Ah, your turn.
Oh, this breaks me. There's a version of this song in Portuguese, and it kind of pops inside the brain.
Ah, I love that.
It's time to go home now. I got an aching head, so I give her the car keys, and she helps me to bed. And then I tell her, as I turn out the lights, I say, my darling, you were wonderful tonight. Oh, my darling, you were wonderful tonight.
Yay! Thank you so much for singing to me, Giordano. I so love it.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching us or listening to us with Giordano from Brazil and I from the Philippines. And I hope that you will stay with us until the next episode of the Passion and Purpose podcast, where we will give you another inspiring adventures. Thank you for listening to the Passion and Purpose podcast. Join us next week for another inspiring adventures.